It takes a long time to get good at Counter-Strike. I mean, I've been playing for 7 years, and I'm still not nearly like where some people who played their entire lives are. My name is Marchewka. I'm kind of like the captain on the Counter-Strike team. I'm like an entry fragger, lurker. I pretty much do everything whenever it's needed. So Counter-Strike is a game that came out about 20 years ago, and it's just evolved over time. It's always been 5 versus 5 with one team attacking, one team defending, and you can either win a round by like getting 5 kills on the other team or by planting or defusing a bomb. And that same premise has been the same for the entire 20 years that the game's been played. Counter-Strike is a really big viewer esport because of how easy it is to understand. I mean, it's just watching one guy go in, get kills, or get killed. And because of that, there's a lot of people who watch Counter-Strike, and a lot of the smaller tournaments get like 3,000 to 5,000 viewers normally. But with the collegiate scene, I've seen it get up to 10,000 or 15,000 during the finals. And for like a smaller tournament like the collegiate scene is in comparison to like the really big Counter-Strike leagues, it's a really good number. And the viewership is only getting better. The reason I play Counter-Strike is when I was really young, I played a lot of Call of Duty and Battlefield. And I saw like a YouTuber playing Counter-Strike, and I was like, whoa, that looks really cool. I want to try and play with this guy. And I don't know if I got addicted or whatnot, but I just kept playing the game, and it was just so fun, just going into a new game and just continually grinding to get better. And eventually, probably a couple years ago, I started to branch out into Overwatch. But with Counter-Strike, there's a really unique factor of individual skill with the team, and if you're a good enough player, you can carry and win the game no matter what. Whereas with Overwatch or almost any other game, even if you are like having a really good game and your team is not playing at like the level they should be or anything like that, you can still lose because your team isn't up to that, like the skill level that you're at. And with Counter-Strike, that isn't nearly as big of a factor because you always have the playmaking ability to win the game. It takes a long time to get good at Counter-Strike. I mean, I've been playing for 7 years, and I'm still not nearly like where some people who played their entire lives are. I've played a bunch of Overwatch and not much of anything else, like competitively, but it's I'd say compared to Overwatch, Counter-Strike's a lot harder to get into because you have people who've been playing their entire lives. For people who haven't played on LAN before, or just with people like together overall, it's a very new experience that you don't actually understand until you're there. Pretty much like when you're all there, you can actually like point out mistakes like that as they're happening, and in between games you can talk about it a lot easier because you don't have people going around doing other things, and they're all focused on the game or the discussion that you're having, and it makes it really good to like work out issues. And it's why a lot of really top teams either live in team houses or go to boot camps in this exact environment. I would recommend like having a base like amount of knowledge and going in just wanting to learn how to play, because that's like the main thing that I really look for in like new players is how much they're willing to learn, because like nobody knows everything and we're all learning together at different stages. So if you come in ready to learn with like a decent amount of skill behind it, like you can go really far in the collegiate scene. K-State is one that I've played against a couple times. They have a really good CS team. They all have really good Counter-Strike teams, and there's more and more colleges getting up to that level every single year. My experience right now with the collegiate team has been really good. This is my first year at Wichita State, but the program's been run very well. Compared to what I've done before, I used to play semi-professional in leagues for about 4 years up before I went to Wichita State. And it's been very nice to have built-in schedule time to practice. We have practice Tuesdays and Thursdays, a couple hours those days. And as like we've been playing as a team, we've been getting better. And it's a very more relaxed environment from when I was playing on like an actual team, because when you're here, you know like there's nothing else that you really need to focus on except for the game and like building up those relationships with the players. I feel like we can do really well. We have like a really good mixed lineup with 3 people who've played semi-professionally or professionally before, and then 2 people who are new to the game pretty much. And I feel like that balance is really good for teaching the newer players how to get to that level and having that base amount of skill that we can get to. And I feel like we can easily make playoffs this season and make a far run that not many people will actually be able to like foresee. Right now, like for the team-wise, it's probably at its most competitive it's ever been because we've had so much time to evolve our game. Pretty amazing to see what some of the new teams can bring to the table right now. Right now we are playing in 2 leagues. We're playing in the ESCA Open League, which is just a league that pretty much any team can play in, so we can get more practice in playing in like a professional setting. The Collegiate Star League, and it has all the major universities that have a Counter-Strike team. For the collegiate scene, it's actually like pretty big compared to a bunch of the smaller leagues. I think it's about 50,000 for the Collegiate Star League that you can take home, along with if you get top 3 in the league, you get flown out to LA for the finals. So that's really nice. When in like all the other leagues, it's about maybe you take home $2,000, like split among 5 people. So the prize pools are definitely there, and it's surprisingly big for a collegiate scene. Right now, the Krieg or the SG for the terrorist team is what a lot of people are saying is overpowered right now, and because of that, there are a lot of rounds that the terrorists are winning that they really shouldn't be in like a normal scenario. They've changed up the economy a bunch, and that's been like to develop our game around the changes to the economy, changing how like teams go into like buy rounds and the guns that they use, and it changes what situations they're in. And I feel like they're gonna do a big change up with it again in the next couple of months, and it'll completely change how teams work around the economy system again. Unfortunately, because of everything that's been happening in the world, Counter-Strike, it isn't the best for sponsorships, because I mean, it's obvious like you're killing other people, but it's just a game, is what I tell myself a lot of the time, and you just have to keep that in perspective. I mean, because you have other games that are 20 times worse than just running around and like doing stuff. With Counter-Strike, it's not as taboo as it may seem, because it's like you just have to realize it's just a game, and it's not as violent as what real life is, and you just have to keep that in the back of your head. With Battle Royales, like I took a bit of a break from Counter-Strike to play Apex, but you always come back to Counter-Strike. It's a very weird thing where a lot of people leave, but then when they get bored of the games that they're playing, they always come back to Counter-Strike. And because it's been around for so long, you know the core of the game, and it's never going to change too much. Whereas with Battle Royales, they change every month, 2 months, and it's hard to get used to. And if they make a change where you're like, I don't like this, I want it to go back, there's nothing you can really do. Whereas Counter-Strike, they make small changes over long periods of time, and it's just something that people always come back to.
Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and click on the link below.